You're already doing this. Think about it. Every time you dodge a boring conversation with a witty remark, you're interrupting a pattern. Every time you laugh off a mistake instead of spiraling, you're flipping the script. That's your inner 5-year-old, scribbling crayons across the page of life, not giving a damn about the critics. Remember the time you tripped as a kid, scraped your knee and kept running? That's you, already wired to move through chaos. You've been a pattern breaker since you were born. And now you're just remembering how to do it on purpose. Feel that spark in your chest. That's your nervous system nodding, saying, fuck yeah, I know this game. So let's chunk it down, like snapping Legos apart and seeing how they fit. Imagine your brain is a computer, running loops of code, some good, some pure garbage. Overthinking, that's a buggy program eating up your RAM. Waiting for permission, that's a virus someone else installed in you when you were too young to notice. Neuroscience backs this up. Your prefrontal cortex, it gets hijacked by cortisol when you overanalyze, freezing you like a deer in the headlights. But surprise, swearing, joking, or asking a wild what if. It's like hitting Ctrl-Alt-Delete. Your amygdala lights up, confusion cracks the loop, and your brain's plasticity kicks in, ready to rewrite the code. That's the science. Interruption creates a gap, and in that gap, you plant new beliefs, like seeds in fertile soil. Now let's chunk up to the big picture. Why does this matter? Because life is a fucking river, and you're either rowing or drifting. Every time you interrupt a stuck pattern, yours or someone else's, you're steering toward freedom. You're not just surviving, you're shaping reality. Like a sculptor chiseling marble into a masterpiece. If you keep doing this, your life becomes a symphony of bold moves, where people lean in, doors open, and opportunities multiply like stars in a clear night sky. But if you don't, stagnation creeps in, like rust on a blade. You'll rot in the comfort of old loops, watching chances slip away, wondering why you feel so damn empty. Karma's a bitch like that. It punishes hesitation harder than failure. So what's stopping you? Fear, that's what. You're scared of looking like an idiot, of people judging your wild ideas, of failing so hard that you'll never recover. Bullshit. That fear is just your brain's old software, training to keep you safe in a cave, not thriving in 2025. So let's reframe it. What if failing is just tuition for wisdom? Like the time you bombed a presentation, but learned how to speak with fire next time. Or when you got rejected, but found someone better because you dared to try. Science says your mirror neurons, to make others glitch when you break the script. They'll judge you, sure, but then they'll follow. Because disruption is magnetic. You're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of shining too bright and outgrowing the small box that others want you in. Fuck that box. Burn it. Here's how you already do this. When you tease a friend and they laugh, you've interrupted their mind loop. When you take a deep breath before a tough call, you're pacing your own nervous system, leading it to calm. You're a natural at this, like a wolf navigating the forest by instinct. Now let's stretch it. Next time someone is stuck whining, try this. Damn, you've mastered the art of staying miserable. How'd you get so good at that? They'll freeze, laugh, or get pissed. Doesn't matter. That jolt opens their mind. Then you slide in. If you're that clever at losing, imagine what you could do if you played to win. Anchor it with a grin, a high five, something that sticks emotionally. You're not just talking. You're rewiring their reality. New ways to do it. Ask what if, like it's a grenade. What if you already know the answer to this problem? What if failing at this makes you unstoppable? Toss in a ridiculous one. What if we all just quit and join a circus? Laughter cracks the armour. Or mirror their words exactly, like echoing a song they didn't know that they were singing. If they say, I'm too tired to try, you say, so you're too tired to try. What's important about saving that energy? They'll pause, justify, and start convincing themselves to move. That's the Zeigarnik effect. The brain hates open loops. It will scramble to close them, building new beliefs in the process. You're not manipulating. You're inviting their unconscious to dance. So why is this so important? Because your brain is a prediction machine, and every hesitation reinforces a shitty forecast. Neuroscience says your nervous system, it guesses what's next, based on past patterns. Keep predicting failure, and you'll live it. Interrupt that loop, and you'll rewrite the future. Mirror neurons mean your boldness ripples. Others catch your vibe, their brains sync up, and suddenly you're leading a tribe without trying. If you don't do this, you're stuck in a feedback loop of doubt, and the world moves without you. That's the karma of inaction, decay, isolation. A life half lived. But when you act, you're a fucking alchemist, turning chaos into gold. Let's get sciencey. Your amygdala, it flips out at surprise, swearing, paradoxes, bold questions, because it's wired to notice threats or novelty. That jolt floods your system with dopamine and adrenaline, making new ideas stick like glue. Ericksonian hypnosis, it uses this to confuse, then suggest, then anchor. Say someone's stuck on, I'm not enough. You pace. I hear how heavy that feels. Then confuse. What if not being enough is exactly what makes you unstoppable? Then suggest. Because only someone who feels that deeply can grow that fiercely. Their brain, desperate to a resolution, it latches on to that new idea. It's not magic, it's neuroplasticity on steroids. So what if you lean into this? Picture life 5 years from now. You're interrupting patterns like a goddamn ninja. Yours, your friends, your colleagues. You speak and people listen. Not because you're loud, but because you're real. Your confidence snowballs. Every risk you take normalizes the next. You're not just living, you're creating, like a painter splashing colour on a blank canvas. Relationships deepen because you're not afraid to call out bullshit with love. Opportunities chase you because you're a beacon of action, not a shadow of doubt. That's the positive karma, a life of impact, connection and freedom. What if you don't? You'll stay stuck, overthinking every move, waiting for permission that never comes. Your brain will keep running worst case scenarios, spiking cortisol, draining your energy like a leaky battery. You'll watch others take risks, fail and grow, while you're still analysing the rulebook. That's the negative karma, a slow death by comfort, where regret stings harder than any failure ever could. The universe doesn't reward cowards. It rewards those who move, even if they stumble. So why are you afraid? Because you're human, worried to crave safety. You worry people will misread your boldness as arrogance, your detachment as apathy. Reframe that shit. Boldness is caring enough to shake things up. Detachment is trusting the river to carry you. You're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of outshining the dim expectation that others have of you. But here's the truth, their judgment fades, your courage sticks. Like that time you spoke up in a meeting and felt the room shift. Even if someone rolled their eyes, you planted a seed, so keep planting. The top patterns that trap you: over-explaining, waiting for approval, playing small, needing certainty. These are like quicksand, slow, sneaky and deadly. Interrupt them with a what if, or a bold move. Over-explaining. Shut up and ask, what's important to you about this? Waiting for approval. Act like the 5-year-old who draws without permission. Needing certainty. Embrace confusion. It's the brain's signal that growth is happening. These aren't just habits, they're chains. Break them and you're free. Let's say you want someone to take a risk. They're resisting. Start where they are. I get it, it's scary to leap without knowing where you'll land. That's pacing. Mirroring their reality, then lead. What if that fear is just your brain telling you this matters? What might happen if you trusted it anyway? Use might to soften resistance. Let their unconscious fill in the blanks. If they say, I want to feel secure, ask what's important about security. They might say, it keeps me grounded. Echo that. So grounding's what matters. How might taking this risk ground you in a new way? They'll start justifying the change themselves, because their brain craves coherence. That's rapport, sincere, electric, unstoppable. And as you listen to these words, you can notice how easy it is to let go of all loops, because your unconscious, it already knows how to shift. Every time you hesitate, you can feel that 5-year-old spark inside, urging you to run, to scribble, to play. And as you act, you feel confidence growing, like a tree rooting deeper with every storm. You don't need permission because you are permission. You don't need certainty because you are the answer. And with every bold step, you rewrite your identity effortlessly, naturally, like breathing. You're not just surviving, you're shaping destiny, now and always. This isn't just about interrupting patterns, it's about becoming the interruption. You're the glitch in the matrix, the spark in the dark, the wave collapsing into the particle of pure intention. Scientifically, your brain thrives on surprise, rewiring through confusion and emotion. Intuitively, you know action trumps stagnation. Logically, every risk you take, it compounds into a life of impact. Spiritually, karma demands you move or decay. Your fears, your doubts, they're just all maps. Redraw them with what if, with boldness, with play. The consequence of acting is freedom. The consequence of waiting is regret. You're already doing this. Now do it louder, bigger, with a grin that says, I'm here, and I'm not fucking stopping. You're not just a person, you're a force. Every time you interrupt a loop, you're not just changing yourself, you're rewriting the world. Your brain is wired for this. Your soul craves it. And the universe rewards it. So go scribble, stumble, swear, laugh and lead. The wave's collapsing, and you're the one deciding what reality becomes. Now make it epic.